What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about Jesus. Before you click off, I want to tell you that you may or may not believe what I'm about to say. And that is because you'll see. So, before you click off, if you're an atheist or a Christian, both of you may or may not disagree with me. So, when we say Jesus, Jesus, for me, represents the crucified ego. Jesus said he has no will of his own. It is the Father that speaks through him, and the Father is greater than him. He says the Father is greater than I. He also says, why do you say I'm good? Only the Father is good. And when you take a look at the word Christ, it means the anointed one. Anointed not by Jesus, but by the Father. Anointed by the Father, so that your name may be crucified, so that you may bear the cross and become Christ-like, anointed by the Father. He said, whoever shall do the Father's works or follow my commandments or something like that is my brother and sister. So, once the ego is crucified, you don't hold any grudges, you're not resentful, you lend a hand, you forgive, you're selfless, and you have faith. You have faith in yourself and others. Because when you don't have faith in yourself, that's fear. And fear is ego because it's identity. You think you're a limited body that can be destroyed by another man, but in reality, you are the indwelling self, the indwelling soul that's connected to a higher power. Our souls are extensions of the higher mind. And when the false self is crucified, then there is no there's no ego, and you become Christ-like. So I think that he is inside of everybody and within all things. And one day I recall I was walking in the forest, like right now, and I started to get a sudden rush of like euphoria and bliss, and my thoughts, it's like a melody of emotion that my thoughts created a scene with, that correlated with that emotion. And it was like I was thinking about my friend and his dad having a really good relationship, because at the moment they weren't having a good relationship. But I just saw the potential inside of them. To, like the potential inside of everybody is Christ. Everybody may do even greater works than Christ. That's his wish. Why are we not doing that? So, and a lot of these religions, when they say, oh, you're not Orthodox, you're not Protestant, you're not Jewish, you're not Muslim, all those, and they hate each other in a sophisticated way. It's just sophisticated hatred. But anyway, when even atheists, man, like gays hate on non-gays and non-gays hate on gays, it's like, come on, man, can't we just love each other? And then see these other Christians, they're like, oh, they pull out that verse like, oh, you can use we're here to bring a sword. But anyway, that was a little bit of a side road, but back to what I was saying. I was having this experience. I've had quite a lot of these experiences. Well, it's not really me that has them. It's just my self, my false identity lessens, and the Christness light within like just rises up, and I have it inside of me. Like it's just there always. So it's like, I feel like when you're in that ego state of mind, you feel uncomfortable. But when you have like no ego, you're just like so comfortable, you can lay down on the grass, you don't give a damn. And it's like, you don't care if anybody looks at you, laughs at you, you're just like, you fucking love everybody. It's like everybody turned into little cute puppies, and they're just like punching you in the face, crucifying you. But to you, it's like puppies like licking your face, and you're just like, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they do. And then it's just a release, and then you get resurrected. That's what I meant. That's what I was, other point I was trying to say. If your self gets crucified, but then your true self gets born again, you get resurrected. Your true highest nature self, and then you return to the communion with the Father. So the heaven on earth, because kingdom is within. And so I was having this experience, and I was also feeling like I was imagining like the trees, everything around me was like saints, like the Indian saints, like Anandamayi Ma. I just felt really good, and then I had the realization of what I'm saying right now, like Jesus. I was in my mind. The mind was like, felt like something was coming through from the top. It said, it was like Jesus is within all things. And when Jesus said, "Oh, if you don't love," it was like, if you don't love everybody, like if you don't love your neighbor, then you can't get to the Father, because Jesus is within everybody. So if you do not see Jesus in everybody, you can't get to the Father. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's probably what he means when he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. Because later on in that verse he says, the Father is greater than I. So it's like, what does he mean by that? Good morning. How you doing? I'm doing good.
You're taking pictures today, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Exactly. Woo! So the Father is greater than him. So how may he be the way? Because he had the example. He said that the Father he is the one, he's doing the works. So he's saying that the Father is the way. No one comes to the Father through the Father. But his disciples are like, they don't believe that the Father is in him. Because everyone is so accustomed to people having an identity. They think, even the Pharisees call him blasphemous. They say, oh, no, nobody can be the Father. The Father is up there in the heavens. And then he's like, no, the kingdom is within. He says, and the Pharisees asked him, when will the kingdom come? He says, the kingdom won't come. It's not up there, it's not over here. The kingdom of heaven is within. So when he says, I am the way, he's pointing at what I just said, when the ego is crucified. When your name bears the cross and it dies, you have no ego, you're dead. There's nothing left. You can't, like, all your legs are chalked off, your arm is cut off, you can't fight anybody. You're just sitting there like, what am I doing? Why do I hate everybody? I have so much resentment. That just, it dies. Just like, and also like when you're in the wilderness, and somebody like disrespects you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking scam him, I'm gonna do so many bad things. That's like the devil in the wilderness trying to get you to worship him. You say, get away from me, Satan, and don't test the Father. It's also like saying, like, the ego shouldn't test the Father, like, within us. So it should get away. It's like, boom, dead. So I am the way. So after that, I was like, man, I don't want to be Santiago. I didn't really realize most of this. It was just like, I just knew internally. Now I'm elaborating it, and I'm getting it even more. So I felt this way, and I was like, man, I don't want to be Santiago anymore. I want to be Jesus. I was like walking in the store, like just imagining, like just silly image, like I was just like walking in robes and I was just loving everybody. And then I realized that power is within everybody, that love and all that nature of Christ is within everybody. You know, like just loving everything, and it felt so euphoric, felt so high. And then I started talking with my friend about the resurrection, how it really happened. And I was like, wow, man, the fucking love of Christ is intense, dude. And as I was walking home, the sun was kissing my face, and I was like, the song that I was listening to in Spanish said, I am in everybody, and in the sun's light, my wings, they spread. And I was like, what the like it clicked. It was like I was having some thought like that, and it clicked. I was like, that was not a coincidence at all. And I was like, what? And then while I was getting closer to my house, I started feeling like this negative energy, like this demonic ass energy was like appearing, like my high was trying to fade away, like from the love of Christ. And I was worried like some cop was gonna be like, hey, are you on the influence of drugs or something? I would be like, I'm on the blood of Christ, brother. And like, but anyway, this like weird, like tense energy was coming out of like, it was like, and I was like, what the hell is this? This is nothing like the love of Christ. And then it appeared as an image and a voice. And it was like this Orthodox priest just yelling at me like, you heretic! You are a blasphemous heretic! And I was like, what the heck? And then I felt like, oh man, I'm not going to be Santiago right now. I'm just going to let the Christ love energy say something. And I said, I didn't say this. It was like, it came out of me. The Spirit said, my son, why do you hate me? Don't you see? I am in everything. And in the light of the sun, my wings, they set sail. They spread, my wings spread, and I fly. And then I said, didn't you know? I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. And I pointed at myself, to my heart. And I said, love me, because I am your neighbor. And I am dwelling within this body, my son. And then I was like, damn, bro. It just came out of me, bro. And I was like, and then I felt like I saw the image of that negative energy like dwindle inside. It was just, and then the priest like got like, it's like I got crucified, and he was like, phew. And we were both interlinked and connected. That separateness, that division that he had, that subtle hatred, that sophisticated hatred, cut away, and we were both just like little babies, little children of God, dancing in the kingdom of heaven with God. And we were just like innocent little children, bro. Like when we were kids, we were like, let's not talk about religion, let's not talk about politics, let's just play in the playground. And we would laugh, we'd say sorry. And nowadays everyone is so tense, so stupid, so quick to judge, including myself, like my false self. I'm always judging people, and I try not to, and I'm working on it. Like, you shouldn't hang on to these things like it's yourself. You should constantly be hard on yourself, because you shouldn't have these things. We should be like Christ, and even better. That's his wish. That's the wish of God. So Jesus was speaking not as himself, but as the collective humanity, the potential of humanity to be harmonious and one with the Father. I don't know how clear I can state this, because in order, everybody, like all these Christians are trying to convert people. You can't convert somebody into something that they have inside of themselves. Take them to a church, make them read a book. Like, sure, these things are okay, but there's so much. Nobody has the answers. The answers are always. It's like it's an intuitive conscience instinct. Just like, you know, Jordan Peterson, he always debates these atheists, like, your conscience is God, and that's true, man. Like, that feeling that you get, oh, I'm not gonna step on that ant, I'm not gonna tell my boss that he's a bitch, I need to be a nice person. That's like, where do you think that's coming from? That's the innate harmony of the universe speaking through you. And this goes even beyond the physical universe. So, yeah, that's basically what I think Jesus is. And I think we should all bear the cross and become anointed, become Christ-like, and be one in the Father. Everybody should be one with the Father. And just laugh. Like when you get along with everybody. You get along, you're just like at work and you're at school and you're laughing, you're getting things done. Your family is alright, you're just having fun, just sharing, being open. You're not closed off, you're just open and loving and like children, bro. You're always high on life, you're high on eternal life. You have eternal life because the ego is going to die, that your name, your legacy, all this shit is going to die. You're like, whatever, we come here with nothing and we leave with nothing. But our soul, if we do good works and have faith in ourselves and each other, and we do all these things that and follow the commandments, we'll leave with something. We'll leave without being attached to matter. Matter doesn't matter. We're going to be attached to the inner Godness, the inner omnipotent, omniscient, unconditional love. We're going to be finally free from the shackles of this physical world, free from hell, free from density. We're going to be full of light and be light like feathers, like angels. That's what it really means, angelic. Because when you feel something negative, it feels dense, it feels heavy. You're like, oh, it's just such a weight on me. Hell is just like a big weight. Oh, it's just like a big weight. And then you just fucking, once you're reborn, bro, once you resurrect, you're just pure light. Light doesn't have any weight. See all this light around me, the sun? All this light is weightless. And there's even lighter things than light. Probably in other realms, past this physical body. So, I hope you guys, this video is getting a little long, but I hope you guys get some sort of value from this. Take it or leave it. But my final message to conclude is to love your neighbor as yourself, including me. And I love you, and I have faith in you because I know that everybody's potential, including mine, is powerful. So powerful that we can walk on water and move mountains. So, why don't you have faith? Have faith. God bless, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, or in between. Love you.